Hey everyone, welcome to my 4th Halloween video, and if you can't tell already, it is a video tutorial on how to create this Bellatrix Lestrange look from Harry Potter. Now, I know a lot of people are huge Harry Potter fans, myself included, and I thought this look would be really cool to create. It's also something that's super easy. Really, anyone can do this, and I think that's what's really great about it. Now, a quick little story. I've gotten to see a lot of really cool Harry Potter stuff in the past few years. If you don't know, I live in Florida and I'm not too far from Universal, which has the Harry Potter land in the theme park. And I can tell you that it is awesome. It's a really cool experience and butterbeer is delicious. So if you ever get the chance to come to Orlando, I would highly recommend going to Islands of Adventure and checking that park out. Now, on top of that, I recently got married and it worked out so well because when my husband and I were in London, the Harry Potter Studios tour had just opened and we got a chance to go see that and it was amazing. So if you live over in London or if you're visiting over there, again, I highly recommend you go check that out. And they have just some really cool stuff. It is a huge, huge studio, so much to see. They have some really cool things, really cool photo opportunities. And as you can see here, I am riding a broom over Hogwarts, which is pretty cool. Be sure to subscribe to my channel because when I reach 100 subscribers, I'm gonna have a contest and I can assure you the prize will be magical. So just stay tuned and find out how I created this look. Avada Kedavra! First thing I'm gonna use is this Mercier tinted moisturizer. I'm just gonna take some on my hands and apply this all over my face. It's not gonna provide too much coverage, but it will just give us a little bit while also moisturizing our skin, and it has some SPF in it, which is good. Now, the key element to this look, in my opinion, is the contouring on the face, because we do want that kind of sunken in, hollow, tired appearance. I'm gonna start with this color right here, which is Swiss Chocolate from MAC Cosmetics. Using a small shading brush, I'm just gonna pick up a little of the color and begin contouring. I'm gonna start with the sides of my nose and just start to blend this in up towards the inner corner of my eye. Now, as you're blending this in, be sure you bring it right up into this area so that starts to go up towards your brow bone. And that's gonna really help give us that tired, sort of hollow look to our faces. Now, using the same color, I'm gonna bring it just down a little bit around the sides of my nose. And this is quite the unflattering look, but we wanna do a couple of these little touches because Bellatrix isn't the hottest girl on the block. Now, using this color from MAC, which is Fig number 1, I'm gonna pick that color up on the same brush and just go over where I applied the other color. Now, the reason I'm using this purple color on top of the brown is I think it really helps give us that tired, kind of worn out look, very similar to how Bellatrix Lestrange looks in the movies. Now, just taking a fluffier brush, I'm just gonna blend over that area a little bit more to make sure the lines aren't harsh. Sticking with this larger, fluffier shadow brush, I'm gonna pick up that Swiss Chocolate color, the one we started with, and I'm gonna start contouring the sides of my face. If you don't know where to contour on your face, you can go ahead and make that fishy face, and the part that sort of starts to sink in is where you wanna focus the color. Now, I know this looks really dark, but don't worry, we're gonna blend it in more in a second. Now, when I'm looking at the pictures of Bellatrix or when I'm referring back to the movies, I noticed that her contour or that kind of sunken in look on her face seems to go all the way from underneath her cheekbone down to here. Now, my face isn't super thin, so you don't really naturally see that line on me, but if I suck my cheeks in, you'll start to see where I'm talking about. Before I blend, I'm going to pick up that same purple color used in the first step and just apply a little bit of that to the same areas. Now that I'm finished applying the color on the sides of my face, I'm just going to take my kabuki brush and just buff it in so those lines aren't harsh. Using my large fluffy brush, I'm going to pick up a little bit of that brown and purple shadow and apply it onto my eyelids a little bit. And then I'm just going to start to press it on the inner third of my eye. And you don't want to be too neat because it's not really supposed to look like a neat eyeshadow look. It's just supposed to bring that kind of bruised look to our eyes or tired look. I'm just going to use any residual on my brush to bring it to that outer half of my eye. But again, it can be a little messy. We don't want this to be too perfect. Mainly, like I said, to bring some darkness and shadowing to our eyes. Now using a pencil brush, this is the MAC 219, I'm going to pick up those same colors and drag them underneath my eyes, under my lower lash line. If you'd like to, you can take your fluffy shadow brush and just sort of blend underneath that eye area. If you want to bring the color down a little more to give you that appearance of really tired eyes. Now using a plum or purple colored eyeliner, I'm just going to go ahead and smudge this into my upper lash line as well as my lower lash line. I'm using the Sephora Nano Eye Pencil in the color Plum. Again, this doesn't need to be perfect. When I was looking at the picture of Bellatrix Lestrange I'm referencing, which I will link below, it looks like she does have a kind of plum eyeliner on her eyes. Go ahead and run it on your lower lash line as well. Now I'm just going to finish off the eyes with a little bit of mascara. It does look to me like Bellatrix does wear some mascara on her lashes. And I'm just going to use the Maybelline Falsies mascara and apply it to my top and bottom lashes. I don't know what brand of mascara Bellatrix uses, but my guess is that she just picks some up over at Diagon Alley. Now I am going to move on to my lips, and it doesn't appear that Bellatrix really wears any lip product, lipstick, or anything like that. I think a good product to use would be the Revlon Just Bitten Kissable Balm Stain, and this one is in the color Honey. Now we want this on pretty sheer, so I would go ahead and just take some and very lightly apply it to your lip, and then use your finger to kind of blend it and sheer it out. This is one of those your lip color but better shades, so I really love this, and I think it's just the right amount of color to amp this look up a little bit without just having dry plain lips. Now one final step I'm going to do, which is optional depending on how kind of gnarly you want to look, but Bellatrix's lips in the photo that I'm talking about, that I'm referencing, do look a little chapped and a little dirty. So using this small kind of fluffy angled brush, it's not one you would use for eyeliner. I'm going to pick up a little bit of that brown shadow and just kind of apply it on my lips to dirty them up and make them look a little chapped and cracking. Now our final step is going to be the hair, and as you can see, I kind of already have my hair styled like Bellatrix, which sadly didn't take a lot of work, because if you watched my hair straightening video, you know that I talked about how kind of wild my natural hair is, and I will link that video above in case you're wondering how to tame these crazy kind of frizzy curls. But for Bellatrix, this is perfect. All I did was let my hair kind of air dry, and I used the blow dryer to make it a little more big and crazy, and then you can use just any comb and sort of begin teasing your hair to give it more of that volume and kind of frizz look to it. But that's all I did. If your hair is more thin, not as thick, doesn't frizz as easily, you could always try crimping your hair and then teasing it, and I think that'll really help you build that kind of crazy volume frizzy look. We do want to add some of Bellatrix's signature kind of white or gray hairs that she has towards the front of her face. So if you have a white kind of hairspray product, and they sell a lot of that stuff around Halloween, you can go ahead and use that. I would suggest maybe spraying some onto the back of your hand, and then either with a brush or your finger, rubbing it up into your roots and applying it where you'd like to. I don't have any of that right now, so what I'm gonna use, which I think will also work good, is just some of this Ben Nye white face paint here, and using a brush, just kind of apply that where I want it to appear in my hairline. Now I'm just going to continue to apply this white to my hair until I'm happy with the result. Alright, and so now I have completed putting the white in my hair, and I just use my trusty comb and kind of teased up my hair a little bit more, and this is my completed Bellatrix Lestrange look. I hope you guys like it. This top I thought worked really good because it has kind of one of those mock turtleneck necklines, and it crosses over and it's really stretchy, and it kind of reminded me of like a straitjacket a little bit, which seemed a little crazy, and I liked it for the look. But I would definitely recommend wearing a black shirt. You could even do a tank top and bring up some black arm warmers. I actually think she has a similar look to that in some of the movies, and she always wears her pendant. So I would find a necklace you like. If you have a replica and you're a really big fan, that works, of course. For the bottom, I would suggest wearing a long black skirt. You could even go to a Goodwill or thrift store and find something. Bellatrix is definitely not the queen of style, so you kind of want to have that a little bit of that raggedy, worn down look. And you definitely don't want to leave home without your wand, because you never know who you're going to encounter along the way. I hope you enjoyed this video, and be sure to subscribe to my channel. Like I've been saying, contest at 100 subscribers. I'm hoping to get there soon, and I will see you guys later.